Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ravens run past the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-14 in the divisional round. Ocho, the Ravens ran the ball 50 times, 299 yards. Derrick Henry, 26 for $186, 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson added another 81 on the ground. Lamar, 16 of 25, 175, 2 touchdowns, no turnover, only 1 sack. But the Ravens dominated this game. Even though the Steelers came out, they sped up the tempo in the second half. I really never was really worried because they had to commit too much to stop the run. There was a couple of plays, Ocho, I saw they had 8 men on the line of scrimmage, not 8 men in the box, 8 men at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, sir.
And but the Ravens, when they play like this offensively, they're very difficult to beat. Now, I'm still a little concerned about their pass coverage on the back end, Ocho. That's still a little concerning to me. Because the teams they could potentially face. Now, if the Buffalo win tomorrow, we're going to get a rematch. Baltimore, Buffalo, Houston, Kansas City. But we're going to talk about that a little later. But let's talk about this game. Ocho, the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, I believe he's going to win the MVP. You're going to believe you believe he's going to win the MVP. He showed tonight that he should be the MVP. Now, Josh Allen might come out and have one of those games he had against the Rams, 3 touchdowns rushing, 3 touchdown passing, or one of those games where he rushed for a touchdown, passed for a touchdown, catch for a touchdown. But Lamar Jackson looked extremely well tonight. Derrick Henry ran the ball. This is why they got him. But what did you love most about what you saw from the Baltimore Ravens?
Listen, from the Ravens, they dominated from the start. They dominated from the start to finish. I said it before the game started. In order for the Pittsburgh Steelers to have a chance in this game, for one, you got to counter Lamar Jackson, you got to counter Derrick Henry and the production that they were going to produce. You weren't going to have drive. You're going to march down the field and have 11, 12, 13, 14 play drives with the Steelers offense. Arthur Smith is going to have to call a different type of game in order for them to be able to hang with the Ravens. What did I say? I tweeted before the game started. Arthur Smith, the game plan should have been finding different ways to get the one offensive weapon you have that is a threat.
That is one playmaker you got.
Number 14, put him in different positions, find ways for him to make plays, to give you chunk plays, because you're not going to be able to march down the field. Najee Harris is not going to be able to. Did you see Najee Harris' numbers at the end of the game, Unc? What he had? 6 for 17?
6 carries, 17 yards.
Come on now.
They had 11 carries for 29 yards.
There's nothing you can do with that. There's nothing you can do with that. So I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Find ways to get your best offensive weapon, ways to get the ball. They hit him a few times in the second half, but at that point, you already down 2 scores. It's too late.
Actually, you was down 3 scores. You was down 21-0.
Right. Yeah, my bad.
And they got up to it. And the thing is, Ocho, they better be glad that they got to stop, because the Ravens pick up that 3rd down. When they got the ball, they got to go down the field and score. So give the Steelers credit. They bowled their back when they absolutely have to give themselves a chance. They got the ball back, go down the field, make the score 21-7. And what happens? The Ravens get the ball back, say, man, let's stop playing with y'all. D. Henry, do what you do. Yeah. He get it up the gut, and he scores a touchdown from 44 yards out. I love the counter that the Ravens did to the Steelers counter. They had the defensive ends crashing to try to take away that inside zone read. Because a lot of times, you remember last time they played Ocho, Derrick Henry bended back, he ate them alive. They said, hey, Highsmith, Watt, crash that.
Right.
Lamar pulled it.
Yep.
Okay, y'all want to crash it? And he did it like 3-4 times in a row.
Yeah. It's nothing out there.
Y'all still crashing? Okay, I'm going to pull it again. I'm going to pull it again.
Yeah.
So I like the counter that Todd Monken had to their counter, because he knew they had to do something to stop Derrick Henry in that inside zone read. Their counter was crash the ends. Monken's counter was pull the ball. Right. I like that. And you see, running the football is all about commitment. A lot of times people think, well, man, they ain't do nothing. Well, you only gave them the ball 3 times, so you expect them to have 100 yards on 3 carries?
Right.
When the Ravens are committed to run the football, 50 carries is a commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a promise. Promises are like pie crust, thin and easily broken. They are committed. That says, you know what? Nothing else matters. We're running the football today.
Yeah.
Stop it.
But listen, what the Steelers could have done, listen, I'm not a defensive coordinator. I'm definitely not a defensive coordinator, but everything has to have gap. Everybody has to be sound and disciplined, understanding what their assignments are in order to stop that run. Now, when I look at the Steelers defensively, I see them as a defense that can hang and somewhat stop the run. Their identity has always, most of the time, has been their defense.
Yes.
This season, their identity is their defense. The fact that they couldn't do anything with
their ability to stop the run.
Yeah, it's beyond me.
But see, Ocho,
I don't understand.
Let me tell you why. Their ability to stop the run is predicated on one particular guy. But you got two guys you got to worry about.
Right.
If you overcommit to stop Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson pulls the ball and you see what he does.
Right.
Okay, you say, I'm going to hang back. Now Derrick Henry bends back.
Right.
You see, you have so much to worry about when you have a guy like Lamar with his leg. So when he fakes the ball and he rolls out pretending like he has it, it holds the backside in.
Just for a little bit.
He holding the backside in. That gives Derrick Henry an opportunity to cut the ball back if necessary. You crash, I pull. You don't, I give. Right. And so when you have multiple things to worry about, that's what makes a guy like Lamar so dangerous. You worry about his arm and you worry about his legs. Yeah. He's not just, he's just going to throw the ball. Look at the guy that's in Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't run as much as Lamar. He doesn't run as much as Josh Allen, but you better worry about his legs because we've seen the past two Super Bowls. It was his legs that ended up winning them the game.
On third downs too.
That's it.
Third downs too, yeah.
Basically all the guys that's in the playoffs, what can they do? With the exception of Sam Darnold, all the guys got legs. CJ Stroud can run a little bit, not much. But you look at Lamar, you look at Patrick Mahomes, you look at Josh Allen, those guys can move.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them so dangerous. If they don't turn the ball over, they're going to be difficult to beat.
Right.
Now, defensively, you'll have to tighten up. Now, if you look at the way they played today, look at the situation. On that touchdown ball, that was cover 2. Yeah. The inside slot, he takes off running. Marlon has to go with him, but the safety sees that he's going hard. He can't get over the top. Right. So he's late getting over the top because what does the DB taught to do? I'm going to push him. He didn't push him inside. He let Pickens get outside. You got to shove him inside. Now, when you shove him inside, you sink, but you watching the flat.
Right.
Well, he let Pickens get outside. The slot is screaming up the field. The safety can't get all the way over because there's a hole shot. He holds just long enough. Russ hits him. Boom. Touchdown.
Yeah.
The first touchdown, that's quarters. I don't know what the DB think, Ocho. That looked like they were in quarters because everybody just rotated back. Yeah, bro, you got to get back.
Supposed to be back up out of there, yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. Hamilton was trying to direct traffic before the snap ball. Yeah. I don't know if the communication was off and he couldn't hear. Everybody couldn't hear what was going on, but
I tell you what, Ocho, you can direct traffic all you want to, but you better get your ass out the traffic. You better get your ass out the freeway because they'll run your ass over. They don't care nothing about you directing traffic.
Right.
Hey, you doing all this and talk about you better move your ass out the way. Yeah. But when the Ravens play like this, Ocho, look at the efficiency in which they ran the ball. They only threw the ball 21 times.
Yeah.
They ran it 50 times for the tune of 300 yards, 6 yards a pop. So guess what that means? We control the clock.
It's another thing when I think about this, right? I think about the AFC. I think about all the teams in the AFC, and I look at them from a defensive standpoint. To me, when I think about the Bills defense and I think about the Chiefs defense, out of the three, including the Steelers tonight, who has the best defense and the personnel to be able to stop the run? Out of the three I just named.
The Chiefs.
You think so?
I like the Chiefs the best.
Okay.
Sometimes your best defense is your offense.
Right.
So Buffalo can do it also because they got Josh Allen. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, he's going to get it.
Right.
He's going to get it. And so a lot of times, the best way to really defend the Ravens offense is to keep Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry ass on the sideline.
Okay, I see where you're going with it.
That's the best way because eventually you're going to give them enough looks and Todd Monken is going to figure a way to get his playmakers in position to make plays. Right. The best way to negate that is to keep them on the sideline. That's what the Ravens did to the Steelers. Well, you say, well, they only have a few playmakers. Well, you can't make plays when you're on the sideline Because think about the yardage that they had. They had what, 20 minutes in the first half to 10. They had 300 yards to 64. Well, I don't know what you're gonna do unless you're getting short fields because your defense is forcing turnovers. You're not gonna do a whole lot with 64 yards.
No,
not much.
No,
not much at all.
Not at all.
When the Ravens play like this, when they are committed to the run, they committed to the run today. They came out and Todd Monken says, we are going to run the damn football. Lamar Jackson says, I ain't trying to be cute. I ain't all that other stuff. He's like, look, I heard what he said. He said, I've been antsy. Sometimes I've been trying to do too much.
Right. When you think about this, right? Ever since Lamar Jackson, mama cussed his ass out.
Yes.
5 weeks ago, they ain't lost a game since.
Nope.
They ain't lost a game since. I'm sure what mama said, in short term, baby, get out there and do what you do well. Don't try anything else. Do what you do well. You're special. There's something about you that is special. There's a reason why you make that goddamn $250 million. They paid you for that for one reason. And it wasn't to sit back there and drop back 50 times and throw the goddamn ball. So I mean that's it. And when the thing about it is, what happens if they commit to the run? Now, depending on who they play next, we don't know who it's going to be. I'm assuming it might be matter of fact, it's going to be Buffalo. It's going to be a rematch again. What happens when they commit to the run, but the Bills commit to stopping the run? Even though the Bills are a little undersized up front, but what's going to happen then?
Well, here's the thing. If the Ravens won. If the Bills win, Baltimore travels to Buffalo. It'll be a rematch of what, week 3, week 4. Derrick Henry ran wild. I think he had 199 yards rushing. Now, if that's the case, if the Broncos win, the Broncos would then travel to Kansas City, and then the Texans would travel to Baltimore.
Okay.
So,
I like the hypothetical. Ocho,
we got to give it.
Are you covering all the bases?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to let the chat know what happens if the Broncos pulls the upset. If the Broncos pulls the upset, the Broncos goes to Kansas City, and the Texans travel to Baltimore. If the Buffalo wins, the Texans travel to Kansas City, and Baltimore goes to Buffalo.
I tell you what, even though you covered all the bases, the fact that you even utter those words out of your mouth and saying that the Broncos even have a chance of beating Buffalo.
They do. That's why they call it football.
I know. That's why they call it football. But listen, if so happen, God comes down and the football gods bless the Broncos and Bo Nix, and they happen to beat the Buffalo Bills, which is highly doubtful, I double what I owe you.
How about this? Even if God came down, the Bengals can't get in the playoffs.
Hold on.
They've been gone too long. Lazarus. Even Lazarus, when he got Lazarus up, he wasn't dead that long.
Wait a minute.
He can't wake them up.